the ideological grounding of these parties. We have seen even within this space how politicians have moved. Some have moved up to 2 or 3 parties, even within the space of 3 to 6 months.
That is why. That's what I'm saying. Because political parties, they are not ideologically based. So it is. They are not. You
Even
can't
the old parties.
Even the old. Yes, that's what I'm saying. So definitely, people with that old mentality will still not want to. They believe a new party is just coming on board, and they must have their maturity period. So, and that is why I am of the opinion that if I and people of like mind, if we form a political party now and you are expecting us to perform a magic, that's because even though from the wording of that provision, what it means is that if you are a new party and you maybe at the end of the election you win like 2 members of the House of Assembly in the entire country and 2 members of House of Rep, 2 members of Senate, can we say that if the constitutional threshold has been met? And that is why I said definitely that provision ought to have been challenged ever before now. That's because there are so many parties that will contest the 2026 election or so 2027. They may not win. They may not perform. They may not perform very well, and that is why I'm citing the example of this ANC. You can't just say simply because a new party is coming in, the following election. Okay, a new party has just been for few years before 2027 election, NDC, and what miracle would they perform? So if you now say, okay, after the election, 25% has not been met, let's deregister the political parties. It's like giving people the freedom to belong to a association with one hand and taking it.
So you disagree with that provision of the Constitution?
Of course. I don't know the rationale behind it. If the rationale behind it is that we should not have moribund parties parading coming up during every election season, make the registration make it
and perhaps to have a manageable number of political parties. Of
course, but saying that okay because you must go and win 25%, but the voters, even though majority of the voters, if you wake them up and said which party are they going to vote for in 2020, they know they've made up their mind. So they are just they're saying if a new party is coming in and say, we like you, I like your political party, is a new party, they are just lying.
All right. Let us know what you think. You can still join us on our Facebook, and we should give such judge benefit of doubt. There's a lot of corruption going on in our judiciary, and we, our citizens, are given baseless and undeserved reasons for it. Nigerians have never witnessed or experienced this kind of current bitter government before in their lives. Yet some same hopeless and terrible government built big houses for judges in Abuja, and we're acting as if everything is fine, right? Referring back to what happened to Awolowo in those years to 2026 only shows that we are retrogressing as a country, and we should be ashamed of ourselves. Okay. Thank you for your comment. You want to respond to that?
I will not come and talk like a politician. I will not come and say what may be because of what people want to hear. Because even though on most occasions where we are saying like talking like this, it is corruption, maybe the judge has collected money, that is what people want to hear. But even though those who are, nobody is saying that it's not a possibility. As you are ordinarily, it's a possibility. It doesn't mean that all judges in Nigeria, court are saints. No, nobody is saying that. As we have bad egg in each profession, the judicial part of it is not exempted from all this. You have bad eggs everywhere in all professions. But at the end of the day now, can we substantiate the fact that okay, maybe this he made those pronouncements because he has collected money, or because they built a house for him, or because so the general.
But we can agree that this is bad behavior.
Of course, that is why I said that judgment is not only worrisome, it is an unfortunate situation. And I even pointed out the fact that the proceeding in this court has been stayed. Parties that are not pleased with the other stay proceeding, they file an application at the Court of Appeal, and that application has not been taken. All these things taken into consideration does not exculpate the judge that he has done a wonderful job, or anybody is trying to give an excuse that, okay, maybe, but let's assume that if the matter is referred to National Judicial Commission, let's hear from them. Definitely they are going to look into everything and see maybe this is what prompted the judge. So, but coming with a very flamboyant statement that they gave him money or something that could not be substantiated.
Well, he also didn't say that. He's just speaking generally about the kind of corruption that we see.
It happens. It happens everywhere. But the only thing is that it's not something that we should,
It happens everywhere. It's also not a justification.
It's not a justification, but that is where we are. That we must face facts. But the fact
but
is
that's not where we should be.
That is not where we should be. Even though in terms of infrastructure, this is not where we should be. In terms of employment opportunity, there's no where we should be.
So we should call
in
it
terms
out
of security,
when we see it.
That is what we are saying now.
Okay,
that is why we are pointing it out, that the judgment is not only worrisome, it's an unfortunate judgment.
Now, let's move to the pressing issue of security. Following the heartbreaking school abductions in Orire local government and other security breaches across the state and even some other parts of the federation, state police, the clamor for state police has once again peaked. Item 45 of the exclusive legislative list places police and other government security agencies strictly under the control of the federal government. Recently, during when Governor Seyi Makinde was also addressing some protesters, he alluded to the reality that even though he's the governor of the state, is listed as the chief security officer of the state, he cannot deploy the police. He can meet with the commissioner of police, they can agree, they can talk, but he can't make any deployment without recourse to the Inspector General of Police. To bring state police to reality, what is the easiest and most practical constitutional route? And I ask this question because we have been seeing things that we can hardly explain. Recently, we saw that the House of Reps passed a bill to that effect. We're also hearing that the Senate might be doing that any moment from now. But I'm not sure this follows what exactly we are looking for. Is it going to be a complete deletion from the exclusive list to the concurrent list?